Mexico's in a tough situation right now. They're at war against a very, very violent, vicious group of thugs.
As the Mexican government puts pressure on cartels, U.S. officials say the demand for high-powered guns goes up.
A large percentage of those firearms that they illegally acquire and illegally traffic to Mexico are from the U.S., and a large percentage of those are from Arizona.
Bill Newell is the special agent in charge of ATF's Phoenix division. He says criminals who can't legally buy guns are hiring what they call straw buyers to do it for them. And ATF has noticed an uptick in the past year.
But females specifically, because they get paid $200 to $300. The economy has been, unfortunately, has been also a contributor to the use of straw purchasers. It's quick money.
Criminals are also buying from private citizens. You can find private sellers at gun shows. When buying from someone's private collection, no federal form is required. The seller doesn't even need to jot down the buyer's name.
Unfortunately, there are criminals who take advantage of that fact and will actually seek out private sellers to buy guns because they know they don't have to fill out paperwork.
That is why ATF is trying to get the word out. First to potential straw purchasers. Lie to buy a gun for someone else, and you are looking at up to 10 years in prison. As for private sellers,
take as much information from that person as possible, even though you're not a licensed dealer, so that in case that gun is in fact used in the crime, you can say, yes, I sold it to this person on this date. That's responsible gun ownership. That's what we ask.
Newell believes by helping keep guns out of the hands of Mexico's cartels,
we'll support our efforts to keep that violence from coming across the border.
Just a short time ago, I spoke with Gun Owners of America, a nonprofit group that lobbies for the right to bear arms. I've posted in detail what they had to say on abc15.com. Click on 15 links. Christina Boomer, ABC 15 News.
December 14th, 2010. The place, a dangerous smuggling route in Arizona, not far from the border. A special tactical border squad was on patrol when gunfire broke out, and Agent Brian Terry, shown here in a training exercise, was killed. Kent is Brian's brother.
He was my only brother. That was the only brother I had, and I'm lost.
The assault rifles found at the murder, similar to these, were traced back to a U.S. gun shop. Where they came from and how they got there is a scandal so large, some insiders say it surpasses the shootout at Ruby Ridge and the deadly siege at Waco.
To understand why, it helps to know something about Project Gunrunner, run by ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
Project Gunrunner deployed new teams of agents to the southwest border. The idea, to stop the flow of weapons from the U.S. to Mexico's drug cartels. But in practice, sources tell CBS News, ATF's actions had the opposite result. They allegedly facilitated the delivery of thousands of guns into criminal hands.
We wanted to ask ATF officials about the case, but they wouldn't agree to an interview. We were able to speak to 6 veteran ATF agents and executives involved. They don't want to be quoted by name for fear of retaliation. These are their allegations.
In late 2009, ATF was alerted to suspicious buys at 7 gun shops in the Phoenix area. Suspicious because the buyers paid cash, sometimes brought in paper bags, and they purchased classic weapons of choice used by Mexican drug traffickers, semi-automatic versions of military-type rifles and pistols. Sources tell CBS News several gun shops wanted to stop the questionable sales, but ATF encouraged them to continue.
It's not about justice, it's not about agenda, it's not about mobilizing people, it's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.